Welcome to the January 21st Municipal Council meeting, which I will now call to order. Are there any declarations of interest from members of council? Seeing none. I will share our land acknowledgement statement. The town of East Gwillimbury recognizes and acknowledges the lands originally used and occupied by the First Peoples of the Williams Treaty, First Nations, and other Indigenous peoples, and on behalf of council, I thank them for sharing this land. We also acknowledge the Chippewas of Georgina Island First Nation as East Gwillimbury's closest First Nation community and recognize the unique relationship the Chippewas have with the lands and waters of this territory. They are the water protectors and environmental stewards of these lands, and we join them in these responsibilities. Item D, we have no deputations today and no presentations under item E. Item F is committee recommendations. To adopt the Committee of the Whole recommendations from the meeting held on December 17th, 2024. Could I have a mover and a seconder, please? Councillor Crothers, Councillor
Johns, happy to amend.
Johns, thank you. Be it resolved that Council adopt the Committee of the Whole recommendations from the meeting held on December 17th, 2024. Are there any questions? All those in favor? And that's carried. Item G, adoption of minutes. To adopt the Committee of the Whole Council minutes from the meeting held on December 17th. Could I have a mover and a seconder, please? Councillor Crone, Councillor
Johns, happy to.
Johns, thank you. All those in favor? And that's carried. Item 2, to adopt the council minutes from the following meeting, special meeting held on December 17th, 2024, and regular meeting held on December 17th, 2024. Could I have a mover and a seconder, please? Councillor Foster, Councillor Hay, all those in favor? And that's carried. Item H is correspondence for consideration. We have none at this time. Item L is reports. First report, Development Services Memo, Part Lot Control Exemption Bylaw RCH Anchor Woods Homes Inc. PLC 2501 in relation to item J1. Could I have a mover and a seconder, please? Councillor. Thank you. And Councillor Crothers, thank you. Be it resolved that the Development Services Memorandum dated January 21st, 2025, entitled Part Lot Control Exemption Bylaw RCH Anchor Woods Homes Inc. PLC 25.01 be received. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor? And that's carried. Legal legislation for number 2, legal legislative services memo, appointment of municipal poundkeeper, and this is in relation to J2.
Happy to move it, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Hay.
Question?
Go ahead.
This report was sadly lacking any details. It says that we are, staff have secured the services of a poundkeeper. No details on who that is, where they're located, what their background is, was there reference checks done. I'm going to assume all of that. In the bylaw, it does state the name, but I would just expect a report that's asking us to appoint a municipal poundkeeper would have more details than the word a poundkeeper.
A poundkeeper.
Can someone provide some details?
Through Madam Mayor, perhaps I can provide some details, and thank you, Councillor Carruthers, for noting that given some time sensitivity around this matter, we were just trying to ensure that we had business continuity because of the recent retirement announcement of our current poundkeeper. Just to provide a bit of a context, under the Pounds Act, all owners of livestock are required to impound their animals, and there is a requirement under the Pounds Act that the municipality would have to appoint a pound keeper so that they can assist with any escaped at-large livestock. The pound keeper service is a very crucial one for our community, given the number of farms that we have, and throughout my 10 years with East Gwillimbury, we've had maybe 3 incidences with livestock going at large, with one that happened actually as early as January 2nd. So this is a result of a bit of that time sensitivity, and I do apologize for the memo not having the substance that you were looking for. Through various different consultation with other municipal colleagues and municipalities, we were not able to actually secure another Poundkeeper through that discussions, as we learned that other municipalities, namely our neighboring ones, were also suffering from not having the Poundkeeper because it was ours. So as a result of that, we were able to find an individual who's noted as Hennings Equine Services Limited, who will be operating as a livestock recovery solution specialist. This individual possesses 20 plus years of experience within the industry, which is their expertise is in horses and larger livestock. However, they have expanded into livestock recovery for smaller animals such as pigs, goats, sheep, etc. So with the use of new technology, the individual has the mechanism and capability to professionally and in a humane way trap the animals and be able to impound them, because they do have the impounding location on their own facility and farm. So again, we've done enough due diligence to try and obviously do everything we can to cross-reference the individual's expertise, and really in discussions with some of the colleagues that I've had, everyone spoke very highly of this person's capability. Given that traditionally in East Gwillimbury, we have always struggled to find someone who possesses this quality of work, it's very tough to find individuals that are in this industry. This person seems to have checked all of the check marks in terms of not only having the right equipment, understanding what it's like to actually impound a livestock, understanding what the parameters of the Pounds Act are, and so on and so forth. So the company is referred to as Hennings Equine Services Limited. They will be operating out of Uxbridge, which is close to the town. And they have around-the-clock, year-long individuals that can help us should there be any time issues that we were experiencing on January 2nd, where a lot of municipal offices were just starting to get back up. So reality at the end of the day is I think that the individual possesses the right qualification, and that's why we're seeking council's endorsement, just because of the time constraints we have since the retirement was just announced and we need to transition.
Well done.
Thank you. That answers my question thoroughly. Thank you.
All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Second. 2 bylaws here. Being a bylaw to appoint the Poundkeeper for, that one's covered, isn't it? Yes.
Sorry, could we do them separately just to give the staff the opportunity to comment just before we pass it, just in case? Just
in case.
I mean, we were okay with it, but I'm just conscious of the fact that staff might want to speak to it.
This is, number 1 is a bylaw 2025-003, being a bylaw to exempt certain lands from the part lot control provision of the Planning Act pertaining to a portion of those lands within Valley Brook Investments Plan of Subdivision, file 19T 9019, blocks 342 and 343 on Anchor Woods Homes. I have a mover and a second. Councillor Carruthers, Councillor Johns.
You second it?
Thank you. Number 2 was what we were looking for. Yes. That's it? For number 1, you need the vote of council. Yes. All in favor? And that's carried. Then we have number 2, which is the Poundkeeper, appointed Poundkeeper. Any questions?
Thanks, Madam Mayor. I just have a comment to put all this in context. I'm just texting with a former colleague of mine and a relative who ended up being the fire chief in Wainfleet, Ontario, out near Niagara. He spent some time with the Poundkeeper out there chasing kangaroos and bison.
Yes, it would be. So you will move this? Be it resolved that the bylaws 2025-003 and 2025-004 be taken as read and acted and signed by the mayor and municipal clerk. Any questions? I need a second. Thank you, Councillor Roity Clemente. All in favor? And that's carried. Item K is other business. We do not have any other business. And item L is confirming bylaw. Be it resolved that the bylaw 2025-005 being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the council meeting held on January 21st, 2025 be taken as read and acted and signed by the mayor and municipal clerk. All in favor? And moved by Councillor Hay, Councillor Crothers. All those in favor? And that's carried. Moving us to item 4 for an adjournment. Councillor Foster. Councillor Crothers, all those in favor? And that is at 6:38 p.m. Thank you.